It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my... Hello everyone and welcome inside of Platt Arena. It's a beautiful fall night here in Huntington, Indiana, and it's Preston Husband alongside Ross Gosnell for some Crossroads League volleyball tonight. The number 25 Marian Knights in town all the way from Indianapolis, taking on a Foresters team that's looking to get back on track tonight, Ross.
Yep, the Foresters are looking to go back on track after losing to Taylor 3-1 this past Saturday on the road, and the Foresters are looking to bounce back and get a win tonight and upset number 25 Marian tonight.
It's already a tall task taking on a top 25 team in the country, but that grows a little taller with Lauren Ross, the super setter, out again here tonight, battling a little bit of a knee injury.
The Foresters got to do is bring up the next woman up and do her best of her job as she can with her ability to stop the Marian's attack.
We'll see a couple of different Foresters setting up the attackers tonight. It'll most likely be Nigella Reck and Michaela Thompson, who both have a little bit of experience doing so. But man, if you're so used to receiving those sets and those passes from the normal setter, that's gonna throw off a little bit of that rhythm and camaraderie maybe just to start this match, Ross.
Yep, the Foresters what they have to do is have great communication whenever they're setting up the ball and getting over the net, and just stop the Marian's attack and just play on.
HU is currently on a 3-game skid. They dropped a tight one against Taylor on the weekend, 3-1. The Trojans took them down. They're led by Haley Cruz, who is our player to watch tonight. We'll talk about more as we go on. You see her on the screen there, actually the younger sister of Coach Kelsey here, but I think you told me that last year. I didn't even know that doing some of these games last year. She's been phenomenal again now in her junior season in the Forester Green.
Yeah, Haley Cruz, she's just an impactful player for the Foresters, just like Kelsey was back in the day for the HU, and Haley Cruz has got 219 kills right now for the Foresters with 25 matches played this season, which is a pretty good standout out of Haley Cruz this season.
845 career kills. She's got that big serve that we've seen as well. It's going to have to be a big night for her, and the rest of the attackers being set up by some players they're not used to being set up for, but hey, anything can happen in sports, and Marian's looking to kind of stay in that top 4 fight. It looks like they're pretty secure up there, but maybe try to chase down either Mount Vernon or Grace, who's 11-2 in the conference. The Knights at 8-5, Huntington at 5-8. They're currently trying to stay in out of the bottom 2 to make sure they play in the Crossroads League tournament. And this might be a team they see again once we get to tourney time.
It always will happen in the Crossroads League. Anything can happen, any upsets that can happen in the matchups. Like Mount Vernon plays IWU tonight at IWU, which is a pretty good matchup to have in the Crossroads League. That's a battle for like the top 2 spots in the Crossroads League. And then you look at tonight's game with Marian and Huntington. I mean, they can always see each other again if Huntington can surpass Bethel or just vice versa. So.
Yep, we'll see what happens with these two teams tonight. As far as other injuries go, we don't believe anyone else is out for the Foresters. Kennedy Kintz is still battling some sort of foot injury, still in a boot, but the players that have played the majority of the year will still be in there, other than Lauren Ross, who of course is a big miss because she has had such a phenomenal year. Not only does she set up her teammates, Ross, but she's willing to go score on her own. She has the most kills out of any setter in the league, so you're missing that tonight as well.
I know Lauren Ross, she's an impactful person for the Foresters. I mean, she's just a very good attacker of what she can bring to the table for the Foresters.
So we will send it to a short break as we head to prayer and national anthem. And then right after those two things, we'll be back for first serve between the Knights of Marian University and the Huntington Foresters on FDN Sports.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer, like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things, things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were like, you know, just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, you know, people who are passionate with like the same thing that you're passionate with.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join. My favorite part, I think, was going to like the research center. We got to practice like CPR.
I thought I would come here and like not know, like talk to anybody. But like first day, it was like, oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. Like they took the education process and made it fun. Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome and you're really gonna have a good time.
My name is Lance Clark, and I directed the film Overhill Manor. You know, I wish that everyone could just come on set and just see how this capstone film program works. I mean, for several weeks, students have been working in pre-production in their various areas to then link up with mentors that come from all around the country as professionals and then mentor our students on set and to watch our students rise up to the occasion where they're first, seconds, and thirds in all the different departments. That's capstone. That's the living classroom, you know? And I'll tell you what, that doesn't just happen. This is something that has taken, you know, years and years of process planning, dreaming, praying, and then organizing, and then just trusting God to like pull it all together. It's enriched our program. You can see it cascade down from our mentors to our capstone seniors, to our seniors, to our juniors, to our juniors, to our sophomores, and even the sophomores to the freshman films now are like crewing up with crews of like 10, right? I was on some freshman films. I'm like, they have departments it's crazy. And it's crazy in a good way though, because everybody's challenging each other to do better and to hone in on the craft and to start thinking about it as art and not just as play and not just as like a student project, but it's art. And they want their stories to mean something. And capstone film is very, very special. It's like nothing else I've ever seen anywhere else in the country.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other, you know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
This is how we like to do it.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
At the net, Forrester's block it away. Couldn't get through the Forrester defense.
Yeah, coming in hot.
Another really hard fought point here at the net for HU.
I'm nice with the flow, just like the demeanor.
And HU's got their largest lead in the match.
Feeling the meter, they got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect him. I made the call up with just like I'm repping. I know we left, yeah, now we back together, but I guess that is better now. Later than never, like, what's happening? I'ma need y'all quit asking when. Me and my wife gonna have some kids. Right now we just practicing. Teacher said quit rapping, man. That gon' hurt my average. I said thank God I ain't average. Yeah, I'm a bright young man. Kill the GPA and the BPM. Look, we on.
Back inside Platt Arena, just about time for first serve between the Marian Knights and the Huntington Foresters. It's going to be a good one tonight, Ross. We have already highlighted the Foresters will be out with without their starting setter tonight, Lauren Ross. They'll have to lean on some other players this evening, but hey, they're up for the task. They've been practicing all week, and they're ready to see what they've got here against a top 25 team.
You got to have everything you got here tonight, Preston, is that the Foresters can bring anything, what they can bring their mind into it. If you're Coach Kelsey Herbert, which Coach Kelsey Herbert's got a lot on her mind with this, so I hope she can beat number 25 Marian here tonight, here in front of a middle school crowd here tonight at Platt Arena.
It's middle school night here in Platt Arena. They just brought down all of the local Crestview, Riverview, Salamone, and Huntington Catholic players around the area, and they were each gifted a mini volleyball, so a nice thing for the Forester players and staff to do for these kids in attendance, and who knows, maybe a couple future Foresters out there this evening. We're just about set for some Crossroads League volleyball. Two teams kind of in the middle of the pack. Marian sits at 4th right now, 17-6, 8-5 overall, number 25 in the nation. Huntington at 5-8 in the league. 13-12 overall. They've lost their last 3. See if they can get back on track tonight. Coach Kelsey Herbert in her 6th year, and across the way, Coach Callie Noble. She's in just her 2nd season at Marian. She was at Nichols State before, where she was the main volleyball coach and the beach volleyball coach. She had a lot of success there. Always enjoy seeing her. The last 2 years, she's been very respectful, very kind, always helps us out with pronunciations, which we always like to have right. And we're excited to see her really solid crew come in here tonight, see what they're made of as well, sitting near the top of the league. Foresters, it's been a while since they've been in the win column. They've been in some tight matches this year and have unfortunately dropped a lot of 5-setters, including the first one they played against the Knights. They were up 2-0 in that match in Indianapolis, then lost the last 3. Devastating loss, similar to their Bethel loss the last time they were here at home as well. So just trying to get over that hump, and tonight would be a good way to start.
Hey, they can always bounce back. I mean, if you keep on fighting, putting your best players in every time, I mean, the Foresters will succeed here tonight against number 25, Marian.
So it looks like we are just about set. This Marian team really solid. They'll use a couple different setters tonight. We'll talk about that more as we move on, but Nicole Wilkinson is in there to start, along with the server at the moment, Logan Smith, Madison Beeks, Michaela Christensen, Sarah Bennett, and Corey Dryden, as Leah Carter has a big first swing and has the first kill of the night. Nice start for the Foresters.
Yeah, that was a nice start there for Leah Carter. Get the way started here for the Foresters tonight.
Leah's always so solid right there at the net in the middle of the floor. Drives it hard with that right hand and gets the scoring started. Something that this team does well, and in my prep coming into tonight, Marian blocks a ton of attacks, so we'll see if that plays a factor, as that's a free point right there for the Knights to tie it up 1-1.
If you're the Foresters here tonight, you got to have great communication all around. So if you're going to make this a good win against Marian, you just have to have good communication.
New server back at the line, Michaela Christensen from Fishers, Indiana. Decided to stay in the Indy area to play her college ball into the net. Service error. HU back up 2-1. We have some special viewers tonight. Jeff Shepard from Carmel, HU basketball legend, and his family tuning in. His daughters are really good friends with Emerson Evans, who is a sophomore from Carmel, Indiana, and her dad, Brian, tuning in here tonight as the Foresters dig one out, but it drops in for a touch shot. Back to 2-2. Brian was actually the Big Ten Player of the Year for the Indiana Hoosiers back in the 90s, a little before our time, Ross. But he was a lefty shooter, played a couple years in the NBA. Solid basketball player down in Bloomington, and I'm sure he's getting excited for basketball season right around the corner. Robrock a little too long there, but it's always nice to make those connections and see who's related to who. And Emerson's got a father that was an excellent basketball player, and she's obviously a pretty good volleyball player as well.
I say, as always, has to have connections with you and as an HU alum. It's just very special to see those connections.
That one's off the blocks and down. It looks like that was off the hand of Luddle as she gets her scoring started. It's now 4-2 here in the first. Continuing the service, Emma Lyons, the libero, serves it too long. She's someone to watch tonight as well. You're not going to see her rack up kills, but she will dig just about everything. Emma last year, the Crossroads League Libero of the Year, first team all-conference. She's already right at 1,200 career digs as well. So she gets it done in a lot of different ways, but especially defensively as the Foresters return the favor with an error. A little too far out to the right. It's now 5-3.
Yeah, Emma Lyons, she's just a very special player to have for the Marian Knights.
She's been rock solid defensively, and just as we talk about her a little bit, Emerson Evans back on the line now. Carmel native in her sophomore year. 83 digs, 4.57 assists per set as Terry was into the net there. She looks over to Kelsey Herber, but it looks like she was the guilty party. Evans is a part of this system that runs a lot of different setters. She's got 247 assists, but there are several other setters of this team, around 100, 200 assists, so something to watch who they'll run all night at the net. Reck can't get to that one. It's tapped over by Dryden, and we're already seeing a little bit what may happen without Ross tonight. Foresters having a hard time getting to that offensive flow.
Yeah, it looks like a little too hard there for Nigella Reck just to get it back over the net and get the point there for the Foresters. But Marian did a good job there to get the point there.
Hardy goes out wide, it's blocked, and the Foresters, a little miscommunication, have it drop in front of them. And it's a quick run for the Knights, and it's a quick timeout for Coach Kelsey Herber. We'll take it with her. Be back in about 30 seconds on FDN Sports.
can't talk. I have a showing.
Listen.
My clients are arriving any minute.
Eleanor. Mom passed.
Right, well, on that note, I think it'd be best if you all go to hotels, for Dad's sake.
I'm Eleanor. You remember me. This is my husband, Raphael, and our daughter, Dahlia.
Thank you, Eleanor. He's got memory loss. He's not deaf. The house is in Dad's name, so he's the one who has the right to sell it, and that will be full of red tape.
There has to be something I can do. Appeal for some sort of custody in lieu of our insane father.
He's not insane. He's sick, and I'm handling it.
What does that mean?
Mom always had the best clothes. She's a seamstress through and through.
She sounds amazing.
8-3, early advantage here in set number 1. Marian Knights continuing a service run here as Emerson Evans sends it to the back row. Layla Meyer to Rec. Backside Robrock off the top of the blocks. Marian coming right back at the Foresters. And that touch shot drops in for Dryden. She's another one to watch. Another just a sophomore on the all-freshman team last year. Second team, she had 256 kills in her freshman year, and she's already got 2 tonight.
Yeah, Corey Dryden is a very good, phenomenal sophomore for Marian, which Callie Noble did a little bit nice recruiting with her there, having that special addition to her roster.
Quick set to Terry. Forrester still can't connect, and then off the blocks, Knights get it to drop in as it's now quickly 10-3. Marian in charge. They're coming off a tough loss against Mount Vernon, which we saw them earlier in the year here in Platte Arena. Also a top 25 team. Yes, that's a reception error by Keela Garton. And now 11-3, biggest lead of the night here in the first set. Looking forward for the Foresters. After this one, there's not much time left, Ross. Only 4 more matches in the regular season. Indiana Wesleyan comes to town at 1 o'clock on Saturday, and they're one of the top 5 teams in the country as Robrock goes cross-court, dug out by Evans. Right back at the net. Left-handed swing kept alive from Hardy, and a free ball sent over from Robrock. Evans sets up the backside, left-hand swing again, tapped over, Hardy again there. 10-foot shot. Garton can't get it to drop. This time a back row swing from the Knights, and that time it falls in as flying through was Christensen.
That was a nice point there for Marian, with having great communication there for Marian to get that point there.
So Evans, who's been back on the service line for quite some time now, continues to hit these soft serves over. Garton finds it. Terry still trying to put an end to this Marian run. Robrock will have a try. She's blocked. Third time for HU. Lauren Hardy tips one over. And now Marian with Evans. Tips a little shot over the top. Through the middle, Garton swings, big dig. Coach Noble thought Huntington may be out of position. Meyer with a great dig. Robrock with another swing and another block for Marian. That's what we've talked about. They do that so well. They have players that have become closer and closer to the 200 block marks in their career. As Coach Herber needs another timeout, we'll keep it here for this one. But this is a little bit of the struggle that HU's been going through, especially with Ross out the last 2. They can't get those crisp connections at the net, and they're struggling to score.
Yeah, right now is all the difference because HU has 14 attacks and Marian has 10 attacks. So a lot of attacking going on right now for the Foresters. They just can't find their points, what they need in that scenario. So right now, Marian has 6 kills right now, which is pretty good right in their first set against the Foresters. And then HU right now, their hit percentage is not doing well compared to Marian. Right now, Marian sits at 600, and then the hit percentage for the Foresters, which is .143.
Yeah, Marian is so efficient when they get good looks at the net. And that's what Coach Noble has kind of done. She came over here and had a great first season last year. She continues her positive track record again this year. And, you know, for HU, you're battling an uphill battle tonight, missing one of your star players, and it's just going to be next girl up mentality. Down 10 here in the first. They got to turn things around quickly. Evans once again. Right-handed soft serve, finds the hands of Robrock. Rec goes in the middle, Hardy pushes it back row, kept alive by the Knights. Emerson chooses Dryden, who goes off the top of the tape. HU keeps it alive. Garton, 10-foot shot, nothing there yet. This time backside tip shot and in from the lefty Gabby Fish, who's also had an awesome career. Marian Knights in cruise control at the moment.
That was a nice soft touch, I would say, there from Gabby Fish, for Marian getting confused there for the Forester defense.
Evans once more. That time just a bit long, and what felt like a rally that was going to last all night has now been put to an end. Evans with the service error, but she was back there for a handful of points, and her team up 10, 14-4. Olivia Cron will see her first action tonight. Cron chooses out a back row player for the Knights. Miscommunication there for Marian leads to a free ball for HU. Meyer, Rec, outside Terry, and just misses the line, as it's another mistake for the Foresters. Now it's an 11-point advantage.
Maybe a little too hard there for Trevin Terry to do that for the Foresters.
New server in, Emma Herchak from Auburn, Indiana. Getting a chance to play early in this first set. There's Haley Cruz, one of our players to watch. She had it blocked. Cron has space to keep it alive, but once again, HU's going to free ball that one over. As now Cruz has her second swing. Still can't connect. At the net, Marian cross court. Meyer with the dig. Terry pushes one to the back line. Great shot by Trevin.
That was a nice, good communication there from Nigella Rec to Trevin Terry to get that great point there for the Foresters.
So Trevin gets the kill, and now she has the serve. She's been a positive spot to this team. She hits a good serve over. Outside swing, back row, dug out by Trevin. And now at the net, Carter's blocked. Cron couldn't keep it alive, as it's back to an 11-point lead. Seems like when Huntington gets a point, Marian's coming back with 2 or 3, and they've got these waves of attackers and setters and defenders at the net that just continue to drive points home for them at the moment.
It feels like Coach Kelsey Herbert is trying to find that perfect lineup to get those attacks going for the Foresters to stop Marian.
Sydney Schaefer hits a low liner over. Outside, Haley Cruz has another attempt, and that time just dropped it in front of the back line for her first kill. Talked about how she was our player to watch. Usually we see her hitting these big shots with the big swing and the velocity. That time just chose out the back line and placed it perfectly.
Yeah, Haley Cruz just finds the perfect attack when the perfect opportunity happens to get that perfect spike going.
Michaela Thompson be rolling as one of the setters tonight with Lauren Ross out. Gabby Fish tips it over. This time a bigger swing on her second attempt. Cron keeps it alive, and now Grimm has a chance off the blockers and down for a kill. And if HU's going to have a chance tonight, it's got to be Grimm and Cruz. Terry in the front, and maybe a little bit of Leah Carter. That they all have to have big nights. Evans, straight in front of the net, blocked away by the Foresters. Fish now pushes it back row. Cron got a touch, but Thompson couldn't get there in time, and it's another Gabby Fish kill, up to a 17-7 lead. You know, we've got a busy couple of weeks coming up. Basketball season tips off here Saturday inside Platte Arena. We'll have the women's volleyball match on FDN Sports at 1 o'clock, and then men's basketball at 4. So you can tune into all the action here at the FDN Sports crew as Carter is denied again. And now it's an 11-point lead. As this Marian team, we talked about it, this is what they do. They block so many shots. They get in the right spot. They hold their shape well. And the Foresters, looks like they were out of position a little bit there as they give away a free point. (19-7). Logan Smith started us with the service. She's got it again at the net. Grimm tips it over. She's blocked again, and 13 points is the lead. It's the largest of the match.
Yeah, Huntington just looks like they're a little bit lost out there with their communication skills and just finding the right place to get their points.
Smith again, this time Meyer. Thompson doing the setting, finds Cruz, somehow goes over top of the net. That was tipped over by a Knight. And now Grimm hits a soft shot, and it looks like that Marian was into the net. Forrester's handed a free one. And to me, Ross, it just looks like a lot of the attackers for HU, they're not committed to their swings at the moment. It looks like they're a little out of rhythm, and that happens with a new setter. But it doesn't seem like they're getting much solid swing, solid contact on a lot of these shots.
Yeah, HU's just not getting in the right position with the ball that what they needed and just not getting their attacks for what they are trying to do against Marian.
Outside shot from Robrock. That was a better swing by HU. And now right back at him, a tip shot blocked. Trying to sneak that over was Madison Brooks. HU creates a free chance. Swing play, that's kept alive. Carter couldn't get it down. Robrock falling away into the net. And now 21-8.
Looks like a mishandle there from Mason Robrock. Tried to get the point there for the Foresters, but she couldn't there.
Just falling away, kind of a shot we've seen a lot inside Platte Arena. Zach Goodline used to hit that shot with some ease, but a little different on the volleyball court as that's out too long, and now 21-9. Talk about someone we're going to miss during basketball season. It's a big name to lose. And this volleyball team's going to be the same way next year. Courtney Grimm's gone. Lauren Hardy, who's starting to pick up some minutes. You take a look at this roster. Michaela Thompson, they're losing some key pieces as well.
Kelsey Herbert will go hard this offseason of trying to find the best recruiters and what she can to build her roster for next season.
Dryden with another kill on the left side. So explosive on this left side when she gets a chance. 13 kills is what she had last time against HU. That's her second most in a match this season. She's off to a nice start here in the first set. Another free ball chance. They'll go to the right side this time. It's tipped over the top. Bennett couldn't sneak it in. Now Robrock tips one back right at Marian. It's kept alive. Right side again. This time a bigger swing from Madison Brooks. Still can't connect. Grimm off the top of the blocks. Marian once again responds. Dryden right back and down off the blocker. She's got the last two.
Looks like a mishandle there from Trevin Terry and Courtney Grimm to get that attack going for the Foresters.
You can see the block was there, but then not quite ready for that deflection down off the net. Marian just 2 points away from closing out this first set. Left side swing, Robrock with a great shot to the back line, gets herself involved and pulls HU a little closer. They're going to need one of those Emerson Evans type runs from the service line to really get back into this first set.
Mason Robrock there did a nice job handling that ball placement and get that point.
Right at the net, tipped over and down off the blocks again. That time Sarah Bennett does get the shot over the top. She's one of those players that maybe doesn't have the same gaudy numbers as the rest of the attackers, but man, another solid piece. You take a look. She had, of course, this was on the offensive end that time, but 15 total blocks in her first 2 seasons, Ross. She already has 71 this year, so she's a real force defensively. See it right there, except that time it was one of her teammates who blocked it away. Gabby Fish ends the first set. HU drop it 25-10. We'll be back for the second on FDN Sports.
JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
back inside Platt Arena. It was a dominant first set by the Marian Knights, 25-10, the final score in the first set. And Ross, it was a lot of different players that got it done for Marian, but Corey Dryden was the one that led the way with the 4 kills. The rest after that, a handful of others getting involved on the offensive end. That's what good teams do.
Yeah, that's what good teams do, especially Marian, because they're the 25th ranked team in the NAIA polls, which is pretty good for Marian and Kelly Noble's second year as the head coach for Marian. Right now, Gabby Fish, Corey Dryden, Sarah Bennett, and Nicole Wilkinson, just all these players, even Michaela Christensen for Marian, have done a good job communicating what they can to get those points there for Marian in the first set there for Marian.
We talked about how there's several different setters in the rotation for Marian. Well, in that first set, they had 3 players with 2+ assists. Logan Smith had 4, Emerson Evans had 4, Emma Lyons had 2. So they can get it done in a lot of different ways, and it kind of keeps you on your toes because you're not sure who's going to be in there and what looks they're going to give you, and a lot of times it makes a big difference. And right now, Ross, we're seeing the difference that Lauren Ross makes for this team, and this just shows you the importance of your setter and her ability to score as well. There's just wasn't much there offensively for HU in that first set. Grimm had 2 kills. Haley Cruz had 1. Trevin Thierry, Mason Robrock, Leah Carter all had 1, but they just never really got into that flow. But that can always change from set to set. Coach Kelsey Herber got her message across. We'll see what happens in set number 2.
And we can see that indeed without Lauren Ross. The Foresters have to make so many adjustments to the lineup rotations and just have to get things rolling here.
Kayla Thompson gets us started. Evans goes right side. That time the big swing by Bennett connects. Seen her hit a lot of tip shots. That time she pulled out the fastball and dropped it in. So it's an early 1-0 lead here in the second.
That was a big attack there from Sarah Bennett for Marian to get that point.
Emma Herchak will start the service right off the top of the tape. HU attacks at the net. Carter had it knocked away. Shot right at the net and a kill from Emerson Evans. She doesn't usually pick up a ton of kills, but she does there as that one goes off the blockers and drops in. She's been involved in a lot of different ways so far tonight. Thompson, backside Cruz, dug out by Evans again. Left side, left hand, Fish blocked, and this time HU returns a little bit of the favor with a block of their own.
That was 2 great block defenders there with Haley Cruz and Leah Carter get that point there for the Foresters.
HU's got to start applying some pressure to this attack of Marian's. Right now, they're hitting over 400 in the match, closer to 500, honestly. So when they get chances, they're putting it away half the time. Keela Garton with the serve, a little bit of a tough touch there, but Fish does get the tap over. Thompson backside, Graham blocked, and Marian continues to have a block party as they knock another one back.
That was great defense there from Michaela Christensen and number 19, Sarah Bennett there for Marian to get that point there for the Knights.
So Marian will be back to serve once more. Sydney Schaefer served 1 time in that first set. Her first chance here in the second. 17 aces on the year. Tried to drop one in front of Garten for number 18. Grimm has to force another free one over. This time left side shot off the top of the blockers and down once again. Christensen has another kill.
Michaela Christensen did a good job there getting that point there for the Knights. Looks like a little bit mishandled communication between Grimm and Thompson for the Foresters.
It'll be Schaefer who stays back to serve. Garten goes to Michaela Thompson. There's a good set, and Robrock is denied at the net. And quickly, it is a 4-point run in a row, 5-1 lead now for Marian.
That was a great block there from Nicole Wilkinson and Gabby Fish there to get that point for the Knights.
Sydney Schaefer, a little too short that time. It's a service error, and that pulls HU back within 3. See if they can get something going here from one of their best servers, Layla Meyer, the libero. Lefty will get this round started. Layla goes to the back row. That was kept up by Herchak. Another big swing, and now really getting involved is Michaela Christensen. She's got 2 of the last 3 points.
Once the momentum, always a momentum. Got to have that team takeover going there.
She's starting to figure it out on the attack as she knocked in another. Now it'll be Logan Smith with another serve. Back row, Garten, Thompson goes to Grimm. Soft shot handled by Smith. Christensen, that time denied. Another chance, this time on the right side. That one's also kept alive by HU. That was Brooks who tried to hit a spinning one in there. Huntington scrambling, so is Marian. Kept alive, tap shot nearly drops in. Garten with a great save. Robrock, free ball over. Christensen again blocked. Another chance, this time Christensen has to go over with a free ball, and Terry can't get it to fall. Long rally for both teams. Finally, HU looks like they're getting a point. It's blocked again at the net by Smith. One more chance. Kept alive. Back and forth we go. Garten into the blocker and down, and maybe a little bit of a momentum shifting point as HU and Marian just battled out for about a minute straight, Ross.
A lot of back and forth conversations going basically between Marian and Huntington, but Garten, the freshman, got that point there intact there for the Foresters.
We have no way to keep track of how many touches and volleys were on that, but man, that's the longest one I've seen this year so far on an FDN Sports broadcast. Smith at the net, sets up an attacker and drop it in on the far side. As that was another great swing by these Marian Knights. They continue to just come right at you. And we talked about it. They've got a lot of different players that can do it. And they're using more of the power approach tonight. They're not hitting a lot of these tap shots. They're going for the kill, and they're connecting on it well. Nicole Wilkinson, most recent one to do so.
Yeah, that was a little bit more of a fastball there from Nicole Wilkinson for that point there for Marian.
Dryden, another chance, uses some of that speed to go through the blockers and down. It's now 8-3. Dryden continues to lead the way with her 5th kill of the night.
Corey Dryden's an impressive sophomore here in the Crossroads League. She's pretty good at what she does to bring for Marian.
Soft serve over by Lexa Zimmerman. First time we've called her name tonight. Now a set for Dryden again. Uses it with the speed again off the top of the blockers. And she seems like she could get a big swing off about every single time. What's so impressive about her, she's only 5'9". She's rising up there, Ross, and hitting it with the right hand and getting it to drop in more times than not.
Small people come in huge factors, so Corey Dryden's making a big impact so far for Marian, having 5 kills.
9-4, HU will serve once more. Olivia Cron this time will be doing the serving for the Foresters. Cron picks out the libero Lions at the net. Tip shot over. Meyer was there to cover. And now Terry goes quick and blasts it past Lions for a kill.
Seems like a little bit back and forth between Marian and Huntington getting the points there.
See that one just too fast for Lions to keep alive. Cron goes off the top of the net. And now a big swing right in the middle by Wilkinson. I'm telling you, they just come in waves. Wilkinson's been there a little bit. We saw Christensen get involved. We've obviously called Dryden's name. It's like these 3-point runs by individuals that are keeping the Knights out in front, currently by 5.
Maybe the 3 Musketeers, basically, with Dryden, Wilkinson, and Christensen there for Marian. We could call them the 3 trios.
Cron gets a kill. That's a rare kill for Olivia, just her 13th of the year. It came from the 10-foot line. Fort Wayne native, just right down the road from Homestead. Big schools in Fort Wayne. Trevin Terry will start this one with the serve. Dryden right back to work, right back to scoring.
Yep, just keep on naming all these 3 players here because Marian's pretty good with those 3 attackers that they have.
You're gonna see 22 for Marian for a long time, and while she's at Marian, she'll continue to pack up those accolades. She already had a tremendous freshman year on the all-freshman and second team. I would not be surprised to see her on the first team maybe the next 3 years for the Knights. Hardy Tries tipping one. It did go out of play, but they'll say it was touched by a Knight. You can see right here, Hardy maybe just got the fingertips of Emerson Evans, and HU back within 4. They are hanging around a little better here in set number 2.
Hey, they're doing a lot better. Coach Kelsey Herber's getting more rotations in with different people, which is a good thing for Coach Kelsey Herber in HU.
Big swing from the right side. Bennett couldn't drop it in. HU comes right back with a nice attack as well from Grimm. Dryden, a longer shot. Meyer off balance, does keep it alive. Courtney's second attempt into the net. A mistake by the senior puts Marian back up by 5.
Just seems like a little short there for Courtney Grimm to get the point for the Foresters.
Maybe too many mistakes for Huntington at the moment, as HU gets a chance from Cruz right in the center. Now a long tap over by the setter at the net. Marian defending. Leah Carter finds the center of the court. Nice to see her getting involved here in the second set.
Leah Carter just needs to get a bit more involved tonight if the Foresters going to pull it out.
Yeah, Leah's not someone that will collect a ton of kills, but she is extremely efficient. And when she gets a chance at the net, usually she puts it away, and we'll see if that stays true throughout the rest of the second set. Evans sets up left side swinging, number 15 Christensen. She's got another kill, makes it the 14th point on the second set. And this one maybe just starting to get away a little bit from the Foresters.
It looked like there Meyer and Garten looked like a little bit of contact there.
Sydney Schaefer serves once more. Thompson goes far side. Robrock, her best swing of the night, dents the floor.
Big swing there for Mason Robrock to get the point there for the Foresters.
Nice to see from Mason. Rose up and hit that corner pocket. HU now back within 4. Still just hanging around close enough to make this second set interesting. Meyer goes to Hershak. Falling away shot. Garten keeps it alive. Huntington right back to Robrock, and another tip shot. That time didn't get it over the net. And I think Kelsey Herber maybe wanted to see that same big swing that Robrock just hit. Didn't get it that time.
A little bit too much of a jump there from Mason Robrock, but it just fell a little bit short.
Logan Smith goes to Keela Garten at the net. Terry pushes it over. Smith kept it alive. Left side, good swing. Kept alive again. Christensen couldn't get it to fall. Robrock with one of those good attacks again. Christensen's second chance. And it looks like it was hit a little too far out of play. And once again, Ross would go back and forth. Marian goes up 5 or 6. Huntington gets back within 4. That's how close they are right now.
Huntington just playing, creeping up, I would say. Just getting back into normal swings of things.
Much better set so far. They've already scored as many points in the second set they did the entire first. So some positives to come along with that. They're going to get a free chance again here. Meyer goes to Reck, outside. Robrock stayed on the top of the tape for a moment. She's got a second chance, blocked away. The Knights in transition. Christensen falling away. Lead of the night, up 3 in the second set.
What a great swing momentum there between Leah Carter and Haley Cruz there to get the point for the Foresters.
Haley Cruz and Leah Carter combined. I think Cruz got the most of it. HU feeling the momentum. Left side, Dryden trying to put an end to it. Reck came launching in there, but couldn't keep it off the floor, and Dryden's got another kill. She's pushing towards double digits quickly already here in this second set.
What a nice type of fastball, I would say, from Dryden there for Marian.
Emerson Evans had a long service run in set number 1. Coach Nobles hoping for the same in set number 2. She goes to Cruz, picks out Reck, right back to Haley. 1-2 touch, and that one's just out. Barely missed the line on the right side. And now it's 20-19. That's one of the closest we've seen tonight.
That was perfect ball placement, that's for sure, from Haley Cruz.
It did look like the right call as well. Talk about Meyer not being able to get one earlier, if Lions can't get it either, then it's a really good shot or it's out of play. That time out of play. Marian, a little bit of miscommunication leads to a free ball at the net for Hardy. She rose up and hit a good one. Marian keeps it alive. Dryden blast one off the blocks. She'll get a second chance. That time it never got over the net. And HU back up 2.
That was a great block defense there from Lauren Hardy and Leah Carter there to get the point for the Foresters.
See, HU didn't get a touch on that, so it actually went as 4 touches on Marian. It was awfully close. HU looked like they had it covered, but it's so hard to block someone like Dryden who drives with so much power on that left side. They'll go through the middle with Gabby Fish this time. Meyer keeps it alive. Grimm pushes it over. Dryden again. This time it's a little more of a tip shot. Free ball, Fish nearly puts it away, and it goes out of play anyways, so she does get another kill. Fish, you don't see a lot of left-handed attackers. It just seems like there's only a handful of them that we see all year, but Fish, one of the best ones, and she's got another kill.
Left-handed, they always have an advantage of getting those attacks going. As a volleyball player, kudos there for Gabby Fish and getting a point there from Marian off of that left-hand attack.
Emma Herchak into the net. And now HU just 3 points away from tying this match up. Didn't feel like it was moving in that direction, but you win the next 3 points before Marian can win 5. You feel pretty good.
So you gotta feel pretty good. You gotta have confidence in yourself.
Good swing right at the net. That time it was Bennett who's been on and off involved in the attack. When she gets these chances and the block is there, it's hard to stop her. 6 foot tall, athletic. Talked about how she's maybe not the main attacker, but she averages over 1 kill per set. She's got 1 already here in set number 2. It's actually ticking down. Robrock goes back row. Now a quick set tapped over. Nice save by Garten, but another Forrester couldn't get there as it's another kill from Christensen.
A little bit of a missed timing there from Michaela Thompson to get that ball.
Coach Herber wants a timeout. They're trying to tie it up at 1 set all. It's 22-22 in the second set when we come back.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Foresters Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in this as well.
And this is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you get to come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
Back here for set number 2, it's 22-22. Marian leads the match 1-0 so far. Strange shot there by Carter. It does lead to nearly a free ball for HU, but now Fish sends the second one over. Meyer this time sets up Grimm, and she drops it in, and the libero setting up an attacker that time.
What a nice set play there from Layla Meyer to Courtney Grimm to get that spike going there for the Foresters.
So Layla gets the assist. Now she gets the serve. HU just 2 points away from tying this match up. Layla, the great defensive junior, also a good server. Picks out a player on the back row, Hershak. That one, a tumbling shot, can't fall in. Robrock falling away, chooses out Hershak again. She's been busy on this rally. Foresters keep it alive. Grimm can't get it over the net as Meyer used a little bit of her magic to keep it alive, but HU couldn't get enough to put it over the net.
Great effort there for the Foresters.
Pancake action from Meyer, but Grimm just couldn't quite get it spun back over the net. Chance for HU to make it set point. Grimm goes too long, and in fact, it turns the other way. And now Marian 1 point away from going up 2-0. It'll be Logan Smith. She started the match serving. She's trying to end the second set doing the same. Grimm doesn't get a big swing off. Smith goes to Christensen, and the Foresters block it away. That was Trevin Terry.
What a nice block for Trevin Terry to get the Forester rally going back again.
So HU stays alive as Trevin got up high enough to knock that one away from Christensen. 24-24, got to win by 2. Gillarek in a little bit of a different role tonight, sends over the serve. Smith sets up Christensen again, this time a soft shot. HU a chance to rally. Hardy off the blocks, can't drop it in. Christensen's second chance is blocked away, but falls in on the Forester side. And Christensen, who's been active all night, has Marian 1 point away again from going up 2-0.
Yeah, Michaela Christensen had a perfect ball placement there, getting that spike there and getting that point going there for the Knights, up 25-24.
Lexa Zimmerman, a little bit of a serving specialist for this team. Hardy through the middle, hits a soft one over. Dryden to end the second set, can't do it quite yet. It's dumped over by Smith, doesn't work that time. Tip shot kept alive by Meyer. Terry tipped that one over. Dryden again has a chance to end it, and she does this time, as that will put Marian up 2-0 in the match. We'll take a break. It'll be a long one, 3 minutes, and we'll come back for set number 3 between the Foresters and the Knights.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camp was inspiring.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
How I describe this camp is pretty chill and like fun.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible, kind of see the world from a different perspective.
Fun every single day, and you meet a lot of new people. It's pretty judgment-free because everyone's all in the same boat.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So like, you better take your opportunity while you can.
Hi, my name is Hudson Winters, and I have the strongest PC on campus. I'm a visual effects major, and this PC basically allows me to do a lot of the things I want to do. It's probably about $5 grand worth of computer hardware. A lot of it kind of just goes together like Legos. It manages to work. That's usually the case. I encountered a lot of tech problems, both hardware and software related, the result of this guy, which is an SSD. It was faulty, caused Windows to not load correctly, and it caused everything else to stop working. Eventually, I did get it to work, and that was very relieving. I was glad I ended up persisting through it. I would say that this computer was worth it, both money-wise and problem-wise. It'll blow your socks off. I'm glad she's working now, because you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. I love you, babe.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back here for set number 3. The Marian Knights up 2-0 in the match. It's been a little bit of back and forth ever since that first set where the Foresters were beaten 25-10. In that second set, Ross, they were right there a few times, just couldn't get over the hump, and that's kind of been the story against some of these better teams. They play with them, but now they have to learn to get over that hump, and they're in a hole now, but hey, we'll see if they can come back.
Hey, it's 0-0 in the third set. I mean, the Foresters can always bounce back and get their next 3 or 4 matches in set points.
Logan Smith will start the serve again. Thompson goes to Cruz, who rises up, hits a soft shot to Dryden on the back row. Foresters do get another free chance. Cruz falling away. Lions there to stop it. This time Christensen. Meyer with a nice dig. Here comes Cruz again. Tried tossing that one over. Another long rally that Meyer has to start with the free ball. Christensen still can't put it into it. Cruz sends another lob pass over. That one too close to the net. Someone into the net, and it's a Marian Knight. The Foresters get point number 1 after another long set of rallies here in set number 3.
It feels like we had so many of them tonight here in that the Foresters keep on fighting.
They're trying to stay alive. We saw that in set number 2. They battled so hard and just couldn't get over the top. But hey, a lot of volleyball left. If you win this one, start to feel a little better. Good swing on the right side as Wilkinson drops it in off the Forester block. That evens it up at 1-1.
A little bit of miscommunication there for the Foresters.
It'll be Christensen with the serve. She's been extremely impactful tonight. She goes to Keela Garten. Thompson sets up Robrock. That one blocked away. Keela kept it alive. Meyer pushes it over. Right side swing from the back row. That was Brooks who couldn't get it in. HU blocked again. Grimm trying to get it through those blockers. Lyons with the stab keeps it alive. Another free chance. Thompson to Carter, excuse me. Nothing there yet. Robrock has that tipped away. Dryden, left hand this time, pushes it over. Meyer to Robrock, still nothing. One more time. HU trying to get a big momentum point, and Robrock just misses the line as Coach Herber looked over to see if it maybe touched, but it looks like it did go wide. Thought there was a touch initially, but it was actually off the top of the net.
A little too hard there for Mason Robrock after a long, hard battle between Marian and Huntington there.
Long serve finds Garten at the net. Carter had that go into the blockers. Now a right side swing doesn't find the floor for Brooks. Robrock falling away. Free chance for Mason, and she puts the second one away off the touch.
Way better ball placement there for Mason Robrock to get the point for the Foresters.
That pulls HU even once again. It's 2-2 here in set number 3. Back and forth match it has been since the start of the second set. Dryden gets one to go off the touch this time. The blockers couldn't get up high enough. Dryden continues to lead the way, make it 10 kills on the night for Corey. Lyons, the libero, serves over to Keela Garten. Thompson picks out Robrock, who's starting to get it going a little bit on the left side.
Seems like she's got a lot of heat going to fire up the Forester crowd for Mason Robrock there.
Ross, I don't have my computer tonight, but since we're winding down on time, we always like to give a shout out to anyone watching who wants to leave a comment. So feel free to let us know where you're watching from tonight. Even if you're watching for the Marian Knights, we'd love to hear who you're tuning in to watch, and hope you're enjoying Ross and I here on FDN Sports. It's an all-student crew besides myself as Terry's blocked at the net. Marian will pick up the lead here. So quite impressive what FDN Sports does. Things like this, net camera set up by Jonathan Peters earlier in the year. And, you know, we've got all students producing, directing, replay. Coach, he's kind of a coach, but Professor Adam Widener leading the way. FDN Sports has come a long way, and we just want to let you know we appreciate you for tuning in and checking us out tonight. Reck with Robrock. 2 R's can't connect. Tip shot over. Dryden again. Terry, a big swing. That one kept alive by Christensen. Fish can't get it to drop. Terry again. Touch shot this time. Dryden running into that one. Still nothing. Terry blocked. Left side, Robrock. Saved by Lions. Dryden from the 10-foot line. Myers there. Garten. Lions. Left side, Fish finally puts it away. We have had some long points tonight.
Long ones indeed. Looks like a little seesaw battle there.
It just shows you how close Huntington is. Like, they're playing with a good team. They're just not winning the sets or the matches necessarily. So that's the next step. We talked about it. This Marian team's good. Coach Noble's got a great program. She took over 2 years ago, and since then, all she has done is won. Evans to Garten. HU trying to get this one evened up. Lauren Hardy, flat-footed, soft shot over the net. Back row swing, Christensen. Meyer there to cover. And HU, a little bit of a set error. Didn't get a swing off. Now it's a 2-point lead here in the third.
Little mistake there between Lauren Hardy and Trevin Terry up front for the Foresters.
Layla Meyer leading the way defensively with 14 digs. She continues to battle hard on that back line. On the other side, Emma Lyons has 14 as well, so the 2 liberos doing their best as Reck tried to tip that over. Hardy able to poke it free. Dryden off balance, taps it over with the left fist almost. Hardy hits a looper that has to be saved for Christensen. Dryden this time a little more conventional, goes off the blockers and down. And Coach Kelsey Herber wants a timeout with her team down 7-3. Action coming right into your living room. We'll take a break. 7-3 Marian when we come back in the third set.
My name is Mark, and I love to play the drums. I started drumming in the 9th grade. That's when I actually had a drum set. I actually started playing in my mind when I was about 5 years old. My older brother was a drummer, and he was my idol. Now for me, fortunately, the church has been a place where I could play the drums, and so I always had an outlet, even every single week where I could be playing the drums, and so I could kind of fit it into the rest of my life with getting married, having kids, having a job. I would say that being made in the image of God means that God as creator has wired creativity into all of us. And so for me, playing the drums is my avenue for how I can express that creative aspect of being made in the image of God. And I love to do it.
7-3, the Foresters in a little bit of danger of getting swept here by number 25, the Marian Knights. Speaking of Knight, their new basketball coach, Pat Knight, son of Bobby Knight. Great place for him to go and coach. We'll see if he can get that program back where Coach Hetty had it. Be fun to see him in action in the Crossroads League, as it's always fun to see this Marian defense. They have another block, their largest lead in the third set, up 8-3.
That was a great defense there for the Marian Knights with Corey Dryden up front there for Marian.
Dryden does it in a lot of different ways. Huntington on the attack. Trevin Terry has that one tipped away. Lions will set up an attacker. It's Dryden who had the block and now nearly has a kill. Hardy kept it alive. That one not stopped by the Foresters as it falls in, and now it's 9-3. Want to give a shout out to all our staff tonight. Javen Dick is doing the directing tonight. Katie Reyes in the back. Jonathan Peters, Elise Farrote, Zach Libby, Micah Gillian, Garrett Walter, Brady Gallo as Marian kind of grabbing control of this match. Bryant Faustino Ramirez and Will Garcia, who actually just joined me on a soccer broadcast not long ago. So we've got a lot of different people stepping in tonight, all students besides myself. I'm the old cat, I guess. And just bringing you all the action tonight. Terry trying to get the Foresters back on the board. It's 10-3. And that tip shot falls in right at the net for Bennett. Coach Herber wants another quick timeout. We'll take one more with her, probably our last of the night. 11-3 Marian when we come back to Platte Arena.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Back in Platte Arena, it's an 11-3 lead for the Marian Knights. They're trying to put this one away in 3 sets. They've done that to a lot of teams this year. We talked about how good they've been. Seems like when they go on this big runs, every time we look up, it's Emerson Evans who's back there doing the serving. She's got it now. Knights would love to put this one away. They got close to a 2-hour bus ride back home tonight. Hardy rises up, finds the hands of the libero Lions. Dryden hits a toppler that doesn't fall in. And now Terry puts one over the net, but it's 4 on the Foresters. 4 touches, that is, and now it's 12-3.
A little bit mishandled there by Trevin Terry for the Foresters.
Just trying to go quick with that set shot over the top of the net. Didn't get it high enough. Now there's an extra volleyball on the court. Stops us for the moment. Evans, another serve. Garten calls it out at the net. Reck was there, and the Foresters, again, can't get to it before the 3rd shot. Maya Schundelmeyer in for the first time tonight. Another player that has only played 4 matches this year. See if the senior can get herself involved. Garten picks it out. Hardy goes through the middle. The swing's picked up by Evans. Back row shot nearly drops in for Christensen, and now Robrock is blocked, and it goes out of play for a Forester point.
That's a big point there for HU.
Yep, just trying to fight back in this just like they did in set number 2. We'll see if they can do that and stay alive. Olivia Cron wants a new volleyball. Maybe they don't like the feel of the first one, and now she's ready to roll.
Could be a different texture.
Yep. Liv sends it over. Dryden hits a good one, but Cron was there to stop it off the back line. Haley Cruz explodes, and Lions with a stunning dive keeps it alive, and the Foresters fight right back with the block.
What a nice block there from Lauren Hardy and Maya Schundelmeyer there for the Foresters.
Hardy in her limited time does have a handful of blocks. Coming into tonight, she had 5, 2 against Taylor on Saturday as Cron sends it too wide. It's out for a service here, but she is a great athlete, and when she has had these chances, she's produced in a pretty impressive manner. Corey Dryden, still her sophomore, sends it over to Olivia Cron. Waiting for that to come down is Cruz, and it's out of play a little too long. And now a 10-point lead, and Marian just 10 points away from taking this one in straight sets.
A little too hard there for the Foresters.
Dryden goes to Cron. Reck sets up Hardy, who rises up and drops one in. Even though the Foresters probably will not win tonight, it's nice to see some of these other pieces get in there. Some seniors that have worked hard for this program for a handful of years, and now they are getting a chance to show their skills as well.
It's nice to see younger freshman and sophomore players that never get to really experience it on the volleyball court in a big conference match. So it's good to see some of these underclassmen to get some experience.
Shot off the top of the blocks from Marian. At the net, Carter. Not really found a rhythm with the new setters tonight. Fish goes hard with the left hand. Can't drop it in. Cruz responds with a soft shot. Great play by Dryden. Tip shot over. Another chance for Cruz. Big swing, and that time it finds the floor and finds the third row. Ross, that they're going to have to make a play over here as Haley Cruz does what she does best. Rises up with that right hand, hits a powerful one off the blocks. 15-7, and Schundelmeyer doesn't have the right connection there with the serve. And pushes it 16-7 now in set number 3. Things do not get easier for the Foresters either, Ross, because Indiana Wesleyan, who went undefeated and won the national championship last year, comes into town on Saturday.
I'd say it doesn't get any easier because Iwu's pretty good under Coach Candace Mills, and then they got Grace still with Coach Katie Hill, which Grace will be coming into town, and also Spring Arbor. So looks like the last 4 games on the schedule for the Foresters, they can get 2 out of 4.
Yeah, it'll be pretty tricky for HU to tour through that schedule. But hey, gotta play your best volleyball at the end of the year. We'll see if they can pick that up here on Saturday, as that's a great play in the middle of the court as that one falls in for another kill. It's now 18-7, largest lead of the set for the Marian Knights.
I feel like that's all you got to do is play your best, give your best 100% that you can on the volleyball court.
Haley Cruz goes back row. Dryden was there. Left-handed Fish. This time uses the soft shot to drop it in. It's now 19-7. This is getting away from HU just a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Foresters are just fading away a little bit there.
Another serve from Schaefer right at the net. Rack kept it alive. Cruz has to just tip it over. Another chance from right in the front of the net. It's another kill for the Knights. And right now, this one looks to be maybe out of reach for HU as Christensen gets herself involved with another kill.
Yeah, Michaela Christensen's done a very good job tonight for Marian, having 7 kills, and then Corey Dryden having 11 kills. So it's a pretty good night there for Coach Callie Noble and the Marian Knights.
Drop shot in by Reck, doesn't fall, and it does fall on the Forester side. Now just 4 points away are the Knights. They're looking to move to 10 games over 500 with the win. 12 games over 500. They're 17-6 right now. This would put them at 9-5 in the conference. Still alive for that 3rd or 2nd spot, depending on what Grace and Mount Vernon do the rest of the year. That one goes off the light. We'll play on. Cruz had another great swing. Foresters battling again one of these long points. Fish had it blocked. Meyer kept it alive.
Looks like a little too hard there for Marian, knocking out almost that light out.
Cron goes into the net. Now it's 22-7. Cron maybe just didn't get that high enough for the blockers to have an impact. Just into the net. Another mistake for HU. Schaefer goes over the top. Cruz through the middle, drops one in. Little spinning shot that falls over the top. Pulls HU back within 14, but might be a little too late for a big comeback tonight. Senior Michaela Thompson. Christensen. Evans set it up. Attacker couldn't get it down. Grimm goes off the antenna, it looks like. And the Knights with another point, they're now 2 points away.
A little too hard there for Courtney Grimm. Just the antenna doesn't help.
Got to keep it inside that. That time Grimm unable to do so. Telling you, Coach Noble, she's not switching up the lineup too much. She's sticking with her main players, trying to end this one quickly. Cruz comes through the middle, tried Stabbing it over, couldn't get it in. Christensen goes too wide that time. Now HU still down 14, but still has a little bit of breath in them.
Still fighting.
See, Meyer let that one go, and it was a good reason. We've had no challenges tonight, Ross, knock on wood. Seems like every volleyball game we do, there's 3 or 4.
Not very many challenges tonight.
Garten goes to Lyons. That was a little bit of a strange set. Meyer, Thompson, and now Grimm. Still just missing that rhythm are the attackers as Dryden goes off the top of the blockers and it's down. Dryden's having a great night. She's up to 12. If she gets one more, that would match her total she had in the first match against HU. She likes seeing the green and gray colors, green and white. She plays well against HU.
She must play well, I guess.
Thompson sets up Robrock. Cross-court shot, too wide, and that will put the night away for the Foresters. They're defeated 3-0 here against the Marian Knights. Top 25 team. Ross comes in here tonight, takes care of business.
Yeah, Coach Callie Noble took business from the start, taking that advantage 25-7. Then HU fought back in the... And then HU got that second set going. I mean, having that big old momentum going, and then Marian just come back fighting in the third set and just took attacking from there.
So the Foresters fall for the 4th straight match. They're back to 500 on the year, 5-9 in the Crossroads League. They'll be back home here on FDN Sports 1 o'clock against one of the top teams in the country, Indiana Wesleyan. I think is that you and I again, Ross?
Nope.
It's Ryan Olzapple and I, then I would assume. And then we'll have some men's basketball after that as well. Want to give a big shout out to all of our student crew here tonight. Ross, thanks for joining me. For Preston Husband, the rest of the crew, we will talk to you on Saturday.
Toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
At the net, Foresters block it away. Couldn't get through the Forester defense.
Yeah, coming in hot. Just like
another really hard fought point here at the net for HU.
I'm nice with the flow. Just like the demeanor.
And HU's got their largest lead in the match.
Feeling the meter. They They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect him. I made the call up with just like I'm reffing. I know we left, yeah, now we back together, but I guess that is better now. Later than never, like what's happening? I'ma need y'all quit asking when. Me and my wife gonna have some kids. Right now we just practicing. Teacher said quit rapping, man. That gon' hurt my average. I said thank God I ain't average. Yeah, I'm a bright young man. To the GPA and the BPM. Look, we on. So say what you say, cause that's A with Lecrae. From the A train to the A, I'm coming in hot. I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big.
One's back.
That's it! Catch and fire. It's on the. He made it! Oh